Buju Indinwe Magnadok, Anin, Kagigabo Indigenous, Mekanak and Dudem, Mekanak Wajuing and Dunjiba, Beisho Gakabakang and Danongom. And what I said there was a traditional Ojibwe protocol greeting. I said hello all of my relatives. My name is Kagigabo. I'm Turtle Clan. I'm a descendant of Turtle Mountain. I live close to Minneapolis today. And I want to say Apajigo Miigwech Bizindawi. Thank you all so much for tuning in to listen to this live broadcast of Ojibwe Word of the Day. Again, this is something I look forward to all week, and I'm glad you all take a few moments out of your day to listen and talk about Anishinaabe Moanan on our Ojibwe language. And so today's word of the day is one that's so important, I'm a little intimidated to speak about it. It's such an important concept in not just Ojibwe country, but indigenous nations across Turtle Island. And that term is Ogichidaa. And if you have looked at the name of this broadcast, it says Ogichidaa or Ogichidaakwe. So Ogichidaa is the male warrior, and Ogichidaakwe is the female warrior, because in Ojibwe, one is not more important than the other. All we're doing is denoting that one person is male, the other is female, but their contributions are equally as important. And I'm doing this because it's going to be Veterans Day, and the concept of a veteran in indigenous societies here in Turtle Mountain, or not just in Turtle Mountain and Turtle Island, is so incredibly important. And it's something that I don't know if a lot of people know what high regard we hold our veterans, our indigenous people who have served in the armed forces. And so right away, I'd just like to say, Apajigo Miigwech. Apajigo Miigwech. Thank you so much for your service and for your care and for taking care of people. Many people whom you probably personally don't know, and for traveling far away from home. So thank you so much. And so yeah, whenever we have like something like a powwow, you'll notice that veterans are the ones leading the way. And really that concept is someone who has volunteered to help, to serve, to protect someone, again, that they may not know, and they have traveled far away from home to do this. Or in some cases, they're working at home, and they're working as part of an organization. But we hold these people in such high regard. One of the teachings I learned about the Nimi Iding, about the powwow, is that sometimes a feather, a miigwan, will fall off of a dancer's bustle, and the whole powwow will stop. At this point, a veteran, someone who has, been through this experience of being a veteran, being in the service, is given tobacco, and they are asked to go and retrieve that feather for the person. And when they do, then they can either give that feather to that person or give it to someone else. And even that feather falling, there's a profound teaching in that, because whenever you're in a situation like that, no matter how well prepared you are, someone may die, someone may pass away, and that would be the symbolism of that feather falling and touching the ground. And then the veteran goes to help restore the situation, to help in the way that they can. So it's what an incredibly powerful teaching. But if we look at that word, historically speaking, it is not just for someone in the armed services. Actually, a lot of people think that this word, Ogichidaa, or Ogichidaakwe, may derive from the Lakota, Dakota, Nakota term, Ojibwe. And again, my Dakota, Lakota, Nakota is very poor, so if I didn't quite get that word right, I'm trying in a very good way, but Ojibwe. And that word sounds incredibly similar to Ogichidaa. But if we look at this word, we find it showing up in different languages. There are cognates in Cree, in Sac and Fox or Meskwaki. There are cognates in Menominee and Ojibwe Potawatomi and Odawa. And really, where part of that word may come from is this term Ogichidaa. Ogichidaa. He or she is great. He or she is very important. And because when we use this term Ogichidaa, it may not just be for a veteran of the service. It could be for someone who has a ceremonial position, who maybe works with the drums, who works with the community, who does ceremonies, someone who shows up. And really, all of a sudden, that word began to make sense. Ogichidaa. What does that mean? Someone who is great, someone who is thought to be very important. And that's someone who is putting the cares, the concerns of others before themselves. These are the ones who are looking after our drums, who are looking after our ceremonies, who are healing people. Another term I've heard lately has been language warriors. People who are looking after our indigenous languages, those who are helping carry our culture on. And then we have a number of different other kinds of Ogichidaa. And Ogichidaakwe, those who are looking after civil rights, those who are looking after healthcare, those who are looking after the well-being of the people. And often, if you look at them, you'll find that they are putting the benefits and needs of others in front of themselves. And when I thought of that, it really began to make a lot of sense. Tonight I went to a wake of an Akiwenziban, Beijig Gijigoban, the late Beijig Gijig, who passed away, at a church called Ųကိᒋતાakwe. And there was that word again, Ųကိ지따. And in Ojibwe, that can mean very important. He or she is great. Or to describe this alien term that had come to our culture, saint. That's the name for Saint Kateri, an indigenous woman who was made a saint. And all of a sudden, I got this idea of when they were asked to describe a saint in their language, what would they say? They used the term Ųကိ지따, someone who puts others' needs, their spiritual needs, their physical well-being, their safety, their protection, all of those needs before themselves. And when they're asked to, they'll go in front, they'll lead the way to take care of their relatives, their communities, their clans, and their nation. So it made it very clear to me that that term, Ogichidaa, may describe what our people thought of, not just a saint, but also a warrior. So, so that's all I'm going to say tonight. Thank you all so much for listening to this live broadcast of Ojibwe Word of the Day. Again, this is something I enjoy so much, doing so much, and I'm always deeply grateful that you take a moment to listen. So, if you know someone who is interested at all in our Ojibwe language, our culture, our history, our spirituality, our way of being, please feel free to share and like this video with your friends and relatives. And, thank you so much for listening. Dagasanai and Guamazik, please do take care. And the spirits will decide when we see each other again. And to all of our veterans, I really want to say in a deeply heartfelt manner, as the son, nephew, and brother of veterans, Thank you so very much. Aho, meet you.